So against all the odds, I mean, like by the grace of God, divine providence, pure luck, pure chance, I was able to pick up an 11 Pro Max in midnight green on launch day without a pre-order and not at the Apple Store. I actually didn't think I was going to be able to pick up an 11 Pro Max today at all. But before I get into that insane story, which happened to me this morning, I'm going to unbox the phone and give you my very early impressions of it, you know, what I think about the color, etc. And then I'm going to get into, obviously, this insane story of how I picked this phone up. But before we continue here, I'd really appreciate it if you leave a like on this video, comment if you have any questions, suggestions, or opinions, as the algorithm likes that and will help push my content to more people. So without wasting any more time, let's unbox this phone and I'll tell you how the hell I got my hands on it. So let's crack this bad boy open. I've been waiting hours to do this, so I'm just excited as you are, hopefully. So we'll take the plastic off like this. Super satisfying. We have removed the plastic, kept it kind of intact. And here we have the box. I'm so excited to see what this midnight green sheen actually looks like in real life. So let's pull off the top of the box. And here it is. And you know what? Just like people said online, you know, other reviewers, this is very much like black or space gray. And I'm really happy about that. It's not overly green, but you can totally tell it is a slight tint, which is just awesome. So let me just pull off the front plastic here. Hello. Put that to rest right here, and then we'll pull off the back. Oh, there's no back plastic. This is just matte. That's how different it is. You know, this is like a different material now. And yeah, this, honestly, if you just handed this to me and you told me it was space gray, I'd believe you for a second. It would take me a minute to realize that it is slightly green, and I actually really like that. And I have a case here to test out with it. A company sent me one, so let's see if it actually fits. I would assume it does, and it does. It's funny, actually, compared to my XS Max, the buttons are a little bit shifted here. I actually put this case onto my XS Max to see if it would go on, and it didn't. So there are some very slight differences in the placement of buttons and whatever. But let me take this case off so we can have a better look at the phone here. So yeah, this is a very subtle green, and I do enjoy the new matte finish. It is a different feel, different textures, so I think many people will enjoy that as well. The cameras are not as ugly as I thought they were going to be honest. So they're looking all right as well. They have a glossy finish around them. So let's put this to the side real quick and jump more into the box here. So we have our literature. I sound like Detroit Borg. We also have our fast charger, which Apple has finally put into the box, so thank God for that. It's about damn time. We also get ear pods, you know, wired ones. I'm not really going to touch those, actually. And we get a lightning port, which does, I believe, go to USB Type-C. As you can see here, this is definitely not a USB Type-A port, so that's interesting, too. And while we're waiting for that to come on here, do they give us midnight green Apple stickers? Let's see. Nope, we just get white ones, unfortunately. I'm sure some reviewer has already said that, but, you know, I guess I'll reiterate for them. And here we are. Hello. So using a toothpick to get my SIM card out. That's pretty... Oh, God, did I scratch the screen? I hope not. Jesus Christ. So good news, no scratch. I'm sure that has to do with Mo's level of hardness or whatever, the hardness scale, so don't make fun of me in the comments for getting scared. Setting up Face ID. Should be quicker with this phone too. So I actually skipped the iCloud backup, and here we are at the home screen, so we can just kind of play around with it. No more 3D touch apparently, so just force touch, which I guess is fine. I'm still gonna miss peeking and popping though. Let's open up the cameras really quick. Continue. So we have an ultra wide, we have the wide and the telephoto, and that transitions really, really nicely here. We also have a wider front facing camera, just a little bit. That's about it, guys. So let's just get into how I actually got my hands on this phone. So I thought it'd be fitting to record this story time with my 11 Pro Max here. So allow me to pace around in my backyard like an absolute freak. I'm sure my neighbors have no idea what I'm doing. And let me tell you about the show that has happened for the past week. So I pre-ordered the 11 and the 11 Pro Max on the morning of the 13th, right? I got up early in the morning. I made sure to, you know, order both for store pickup. I could only select store pickup for my 11 Pro Max, so then I did that, and my 11 is still shipping right now. I actually haven't received it as of recording this video. But anyway, long story short, I ordered off my iPhone. I didn't order with my default account. I called the company to make sure everything was okay, and somehow, some way, in-store pickup was changed to shipping a week later. And any normal person would have been like, oh, that sucks, but oh well, I'll just get my phone a week later. For me, that's catastrophic because other YouTubers like MKBHD and Jonathan Morrison and, all the big guys, God bless them, they got this phone early. So I have to get a head start on the coverage. So having it come a week later was an absolute no. Like, I couldn't do it. So I canceled the order. I was like, damn it. So I was like, okay, I gotta pick this up in the store. I initially thought I was gonna go to the Apple store to get the midnight green color that I wanted, but I had to go to class at 11 and the Apple store opens at 10 a.m. Absolutely not happening. I'm not missing a really important class that's like 3 hours long. That would have just been an entirely other catastrophe. But anyway, I was like, how am I gonna do this? And I thought, oh, I can just go to AT&T, upgrade my line, and finance the phone. It'll be a better option. So I called AT&T and I was like, hey guys, do you have, the new phones usually when they come out? And they're like, yeah, we're gonna have some in stock, don't worry. We're probably not gonna have the midnight green, but you should come in and just pick it up and upgrade and we'll get you out the door in a jiffy. I'm like, all right. So for a couple days, I'm like, yep, I'm gonna go to the AT&T store early in the morning, be the first one there. And that's what I did. I got up today an hour early or an hour and a half early, before I usually get up for my class. I drive over to AT&T. I'm the only mother in the parking lot sitting there like an idiot. Old people are going up to the door. They think the AT&T was open. They kept opening the door. I was like, anyway, 5 minutes to opening, I've been there for like 25 minutes. I was excited. I was ready. The guy comes out and it's just me and this other dude standing outside the store. This guy actually pulled up in a Tesla. So I was like, okay. And we were talking for a minute and then the guy comes out and he's like, hey guys, you looking for the 11 Pro Max? We're like, yeah. He's like, oh, unfortunately, we don't have any of those today. We just have the 11 in black and white. So I'm just kind of like, right? And I'm like, oh, does the other AT&T have them? We don't know. I don't know. I'm like, okay. So I called the other AT&T, which is like a half a mile down the road. I'm like, hey guys, do you have the 11 Pro Max in stock here? Like, time is running out. I got to get to my class. And the guy's like, I'm sorry, we don't give inventory information over the phone. I understand it's a policy, but just like, come on, no, that's kind of shitty. So I'm like, okay, you. I drove over to the store, like a bat out of hell. I get there. Same thing. We're sorry, we don't have the 11 Pro Max. And I looked at the guy and I was like, okay, do you think that Best Buy might have it? Because Best Buy was actually close by as well. And he's just like, no one's going to have it. Just go home, you'll have it in a couple of days, whatever. Obviously for me, that can't work because I got to get a jump start on content. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like devastated, not devastated like someone like shot my family, but you know what I mean? You're just like sad, like this sucks. So anyway, I walk out of there and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to drive to Best Buy. I'm already going to be kind of late to my class, which I wasn't, and I'll explain why I wasn't. But I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go to Best Buy. I had this defeatist attitude and like they're going to tell me they don't have any left and I'm going to just walk out of there with time wasted. I mope into there, I'm just kind of like, ugh. And I go up to one of the, cashiers or one of the Best Buy people. And I'm like, excuse me. I'm like someone looking for like a long lost son. I'm like, do you have the 11 Pro Max in stock? And the guy said, you know what we do? Stand in line over here. I was like, I think I said something like, thank Christ. So anyway, I'm standing there. I look like a crack addict. I'm like, scratching my head and just tapping my feet. I'm going to be late for my class. People are staring, I'm just like, I have to drive, 35 minutes to my class and it's now 10:35 and my class starts at 11. Long story short, they're like, okay, what color do you want? I'm like, you got colors? I'm like, anyone. I'm like, you know what? If you have black, give me black. They're like, we have 256 gig ones. I'm like, you know what? That's fine. Just give me something. Then the guy's getting me a black one. I'm like, do you by chance have the midnight green one? He's like, let me check. He's like, we have one left. And I was like, oh my God. I'm like, give me that phone. The guy at the cash register got me out of there in a jiffy. We didn't even have to open the box. It was the quickest Best Buy transaction ever. I was driving 90 to my class, all the way down the highway. I drove probably like 20 miles to college. Got back here, unboxed the phone as soon as I could. And that is the story of how I got this phone. And you know what? I was really pissed today. I was like, this is a bunch of bull. This is just so stupid. But this made for a great video, and I hope this story was entertaining. And that about wraps things up. I hope this video was fun. All this bullshit that happened to me today, it made for a really good video. So I'm not mad in the end, and I'm so happy I was able to pick this up. Expect my first impressions video coming sometime soon. Some testing, some comparisons, and ultimately my full review, coming much later than the other tech reviewers who, coincidentally got their phones, super early and they had their full review on launch day. whatever, you know, we got to deal us small tech YouTubers. But yeah, stay tuned for my new content on this phone. And if I haven't already said, I'd really appreciate it if you leave a like on this video, comment if you have any questions, suggestions, or opinions, and subscribe for more content like this. And as always, I'm Noah, and I will catch you all in the next one.